thoughts on this new week, this Monday, lazy Monday. Slim pickings in the news, but let's see what I've got, which is of interest to me. The first piece was Dalit woman gang rape at gunpoint in UP. The Hathras case has obviously gone down to page number 10 with this kind of a small kind of article. CBI questions key witness in Hathras case. But painful writing by Suraj Yengde. I want to say her name, forced us to look within. He says, there is a script that goes with the rape of Dalit women. She is desired, then taunted, abducted, raped, brutally murdered. Her lifeless body is thrown in village for Dalit settlement to mutely accept the tragedy. If one in many thousand cases draws world attention, then it is stated that the woman was having an illicit affair. Exactly what's happening now. Slavery is abolished in India, but slavery to the dominant caste is not. It is regulated by the caste society that sits intact with the state administration, police and media. To liberate people, we need to strengthen their guts and provide confidence to fight back. And this is something for all educated people to know. While that was happening, what do we have here? We have Uddhav Thackeray saying, won't tolerate attempts to finish off Bollywood. And that's kind of sad that this is being tried. And it's kind of true, right? As Talveen Singh writes, well done Bollywood. The memory that remains clear is him saying we are training young Hindu boys to have six-packs so that we can oust the Khans from Bollywood. They have too much power. This is RSS functionally telling her. Then she goes on to say, last week some of the most powerful people in Bollywood finally reacted by filing a defamation suit against our 4th channel. It says, Khan, what seems to be the real reason behind the attack of Bollywood is that it represents secular values that in these Hindutva times have absolutely no place. And that's kind of very sad. And it's important here, in this atmosphere of hatred and vile abuse, if there is one formidable bastion that has stood in the way of the malevolent new normal, it is Bollywood. Not only has it shown the idea like love jihad has no place in the world, but it chooses to remain oblivious to the creed of caste of those who enter its portals. If I write this today in defense of Bollywood, it is not just because I think it stands for the real secular values that need to be cherished more today than ever before, but also because those who want to destroy our most powerful weapon of soft power are doing India real harm. On my travels, I have heard Hindi songs that we've all heard all over the place. And that is why it pleased me to see the film fraternity come together to fight back last week. It pleased me more because this happened in the week that the mighty Tata Group bowed to Hindutva goons. Sad indeed. Then we have some crazy stuff happening. Twitter location tag shows JNK as part of China triggers raw. I think Chinese hand. Then you have peaceful LSE bare minimum for stable China ties. Is that news? I don't think so. Phones fail to show Arunachal weather. Xiaomi calls it glitch. It's not a glitch. It's being done on a design because China doesn't claim Arunachal's part of India. So if it's Indian weather, why would they show Arunachal? No sign of assembly polls. Centre floats new local level governments in JNK. Sad. The democratic process must be started immediately. Territory rose snowballs into violence at Mizo-Assam border. India in conflict internally. Interesting news. Renew revives overseas IPO plans. This is what we were talking about. We need to go outside. A lot of money floating around for alternative energy. Renew Power should get hold of it. Cheers.